Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about PostgreSQL, understanding three table types, ordinary, unlocked, and temporary tables. My name is Wally Pons. I'm a SQL Server DBA with over 25 years of experience in Microsoft SQL Server and other types of RDBMS. You may contact me in one or more ways as shown below. I'm also the founder of data group of PBSoft since 2013, instructor, writer, and IT consultant since the late 90s with a growing customer base. Now I'll be explaining the three main properties for each of the tables that I will be showing in this video. Let's begin with ordinary tables. Persistence, they're fully durable. Survives crashes, restarts, and shutdowns. Use cases, permanent application data, data that must never be lost, replicated environments, and high availability. Performance, slightly slower due to wall logging. Wall stands for write ahead log, and this is the equivalent of the transaction log on SQL Server. Supports all indexes, constraints, triggers, and more. Unlock tables. Persistence. Not written to wall. Data does not survive crashes. No replication. Cannot be used with PITR, point in time recovery. Data does survive clean restarts and shutdowns. That means if you plan ahead, a clean restart, and nothing is running, the data will survive. Use cases. Fast, non-critical, transient data. Caches, staging tables for ETL use, logging tables where loss is acceptable. Performance, extremely fast, requires measuring, which we're going to do in a few minutes. Supports most indexes, constraints, triggers, and more. Temporary tables, persistence, no replication, no wall, except when you use the onCommit preserve rows. Session level work tables automatically drop at session's end. Use cases, session specific tables, intermediate processing in stored procedures, complex queries needing temp staging. Performance, extremely fast, also requires measuring. No wall logging, minimal overhead, supports all indexes, triggers, functions, and more. Now it's time to put the tables to the test. To do that, I'm using pgadmin on PostgreSQL version 18.1. I just created a database called table test for that purpose. Let me just double check that I'm using it at the moment. Yep, I'm using table test on PostgreSQL 18.1. I'm going to list any ordinary tables or unlocked tables that I have on this database, and there are none. I'm going to list for any temporary tables, and there are none. Good. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to do a 3 million insert on each of the tables. There's a table called ordinary table, another one is called unlocked table, and the third one is called temporary table. And these are the columns that will be affected. For that, I need to create the table. And as you can see, the table has three columns. All of them have three columns, basically. One column is row ID, which is a begin, identity, and primary key. Second column is create date, which is a timestamp, and the default is the current timestamp or current date and time. And the column that will affect it is the same data type. It's a text type, and it's called ordinary data for the ordinary table. Let's create it now. Okay, and to do the insert, I'm going to use a for loop. So you can see right here, it's going to insert the 3 million records. And let's run. It should take less than 30 seconds. Oh, actually it took longer than I expected. But anyways, it took 26.598. 598 is the milliseconds, which is not a bad time. So let's copy that value and put it on the top here, and we can do a comparison later. Okay. Let's do a quick count just to make sure that we have the 3 million records on that table. And yes, we do. Okay. Let's create the unlock table. Now, the unlock table, unlike the ordinary table, does not use the write ahead lock. Okay. Now we're going to run our for loop to insert the 3 million records. Should probably take about half the time. Let's just wait for the outcome. 14.679 seconds. Not bad. Let's put that on top. We can start comparing. There it is. Now let's create the temporary table. It's right here. And let's do the for loop so we can insert the 3 million records. This one should be similar. Okay, so we have 13.622. Let's copy that and let's do a quick count just to make sure that we have 3 million records. Yep, 3 million records. Okay. All right. Now, for this case, the temporary table was actually much faster than the unlocked table. Ordinary data for the ordinary table took about 26.5 seconds, 26.6 to be exact, almost. And the difference between these three tables is that ordinary table uses the write ahead log, which gives you a guarantee of your data. It would protect your data in any case or any crash or accident that may happen in your server or database. The unlocked table and the temporary table do not protect your data. The unlocked table actually has an advantage over temporary tables where you can use that on multiple sessions. Temporary tables are only available for the session that created it, and once you close the session, the table is gone. So that should give you an idea of the speed between one table and another. But this is just an idea with 3 million records. Maybe you can do an exercise with more inserts. But 3 million records is a very good number to start with. And this will finalize the video. Would you like to hire me for your SQL questions and solutions? You can reach me at Fiverr or at Upwork. To download a copy of the script used in this and other videos, please visit my GitHub repository. Please like and subscribe. You can also leave a comment or message if you wish to do so. Thank you for watching.